Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's start off with our opening prayer and then off we go. O great Spirit, Father Sky, Mother Earth, the winds, the waters, my Father, my Mother, Atanaha, all that is. We thank you for our lives and we thank you for these good people. We thank you for all that we are and all that we are to become. We dedicate our time spent together and our relationships with one another to you. We ask that our suffering be ended and our pain be lifted to the love and to the peace that lay beyond. Aho, Amen, Namaste. Okay, so first question is from Sarah Massey. She's saying, Hi Sky, can I have a health scan? Last week I suddenly got the flu and I feel very emotional and a lot of things coming up from my solar plexus chakra. Thank you. Okay, let me just quickly do a scan. I'm going to do it without the cards today, guys, because I'm at my mum's house. So we need to just tune in. Okay, so immediately they're showing me that you're really like the virtue that you're trying to learn is faith, like unconditional faith, and that this is why all the doubts are coming up and all the unworthiness is coming up because you can't practice faith in the presence of certainty. Faith has to be practiced and mastered in the presence of uncertainty. And it is a belief in a higher truth that the universe is always looking out for you, that everything is happening for a reason, that everything in life is happening for you, that you can trust yourself and trust God to look out for you, whatever happens, as long as you're following your divine guidance, but also you're putting yourself first, like you're loving yourself, that you're always choosing the most loving response. So let's just download you with the virtue of faith, right? From Theta Healing Creator's perspective, definition, understanding of faith, how to have faith, how to know faith in yourself and God and life, in others, and when not to have faith or trust in others, a difference between faith in God and faith in people. Okay, there we go. That's starting to clear up nicely. There's also like I'm really getting Archangel Michael coming in strong, and I can hear him saying, "Protect your energy." There's a real feeling of you not really doing like a deep moral inventory. I can literally see like the life review card from the angel card deck, and I can see Archangel Jeremiah and the energy of like forgiveness, but also radical honesty and inventory, like really looking at how you made those choices. And because like I'm not sure if this is about a romantic situation, but they keep showing me when it comes to choosing partners that you're choosing people in the energy of, you just are going for, are you attracted to them and you like them as a person, but there's no other standards, there's no other boundaries. And the angels are saying that's like, having a front yard, but not having a front door or having a back door. You need to build a much stronger structure for containing your friendships and your intimate relationships. And because it's a part of, you've made it a part of your identity as a good person. It's like, because I'm a good person, I have no boundaries. Because I'm a good person, I don't have high standards. Because I'm a good person, I'm easy to please. I like people easily. And you are a good person, period. Like, you're a good person, full stop. You don't have to prove it. You don't have to please others to get them to see you that way. You're good because God made you good. That is the truth, right? And the angels are really saying you need to build a house of stone. Kind of like when the pigs are like building the house out of straw or wood or stone, and the same thing in the Bible when people build their houses out of straw versus stone. And and it's interesting that we're talking about that particular phasm when we're talking about faith, right? Because Jesus was teaching about faith and how faith is building the house out of rock. um you may like life changes, that's the rule. It has seasons, it has movement, but God is constant, right? The unconditional love of life is constant. So when you get thrown into doubt, when you get thrown into worry, when you're thrown in, and viruses are feeling unworthy, right? You need to really release everybody that told you that you weren't good enough, every place you're telling you that you're not good enough, and you really have to have a look at the places where you're leaving doors energetically wide open for people who make you feel unworthy. And that is ways that you're behaving as if you're unworthy by not having, the proper container for loving relationships. So I'm going to send in Archangel Raguel to help you with that as well as Archangel Jeremiah. So an energy break, and then off we go. Aisha saying, "Hi Sky, can I ask a question on behalf of my partner Johnny? I have his permission. What can he do to improve his financial situation? How can he be clear his blocks and allow more abundance into his life?" So I'm seeing like a very one track mind. It's kind of like he's got this belief that the only way to let abundance in is to work really, really, really hard. And when you have that belief, it's a very honorable, it's a very honorable belief, and it creates a beautiful character, but it also creates burnout, exhaustion, resentment, and often health issues. Making money is about providing worth, giving value. Okay. And not everything has the same monetary value. So, what you have to do when you want to increase your abundance is figure out what you can gift the world that creates more value. So, for example, if you think, a book or a movie or a training program or an ebook or, you know, one of a million things that can be, making people's lives better or easier while you sleep. And there's not one way to do this. There's so many different ways to do this. Right? So that's the first level, is you stopping working hard for money and you starting to get your money to work hard for you. And that's a very big shift in consciousness. Okay. But it is how the universe works. God made you king in your body and you the power in your world. God didn't put money in charge. God put you in charge. Money is like your mind. It's a terrible master and an excellent slave, right? An excellent servant, if you don't like the word slave. Okay. But right now the energies of I do as I'm told to get money, and that has to switch. It has to be I create money, and you can see it in English language. I make money. And the next, we're back to faith again and believing in the things that you create, right? Believing that they add worth and value to people's lives. Because if you don't believe that, you won't talk about it with confidence, you won't talk about it with love. And then that means, people, even if it's the best thing in the world, people won't buy it because you're talking about it like it's rubbish. You're treating your gifts like nothing, right? So the angels are really saying, when it comes to removing blocks to abundance, number one, face the fact that the belief that working hard for lots of like to make lots of money is a lie. Lots of people that work really, really hard don't earn. You can be a very hard worker and still not be earning. Okay. Life is just that way. I remember my mom teaching me that lesson when I was a kid. And, because I used to clean our house for pocket money. And there was a stage where I was worked as a cleaner in a hotel and I worked as a waitress. And I would come home tired. And my mom would say to me, "Do you understand now why we've pushed so hard for you to get an education?" Why? Because for her, she had a different, like for her, it wasn't like work hard at any level. She understood that you had to work hard at a different level in order to be able to earn income, because it wasn't about your honesty. It was about the capacity of people at that level to pay you and to recognize your worth. And to their generation, education meant that, right? So it's really, and then my generation, you always go, in theory, you go forward beyond your parents' generation. Education then gives you the capacity to think, right? It opens doors, it opens opportunities, it puts you in different rooms than you wouldn't have been in without it. So you start to realize that it's not just about making more, it's about investing it instead of saving it. It's about creating more of it and still keeping the costs low, as it were. Um, it's about learning, about things like trusts and annuities and insurance things. It's about getting a financial education, not just getting an education so you can get a job, but getting a financial education so you can then manage the money that comes in from that job. So the first step is to stop thinking about it as working hard will be enough. right? It's not. You have to work smart and you have to create ways to receive income. And then the second one is clearing the worthiness around it, knowing that you're worthy of providing not just for yourself, but for others, for a family, for employees, for humanity, right? Not just providing jobs, but providing a service, which then is what provides the company with, or the company or the employees, etc., with income, etc. But that starts off with realizing that God made you and he made you valuable. Like it, and one of the most simple ways of understanding that is that if, for example, let's say you lost a kidney and you went to the hospital to get a kidney transplant, that kidney alone is worth over 50K, right? Your whole body put together is worth a lot of money, which is why organ trafficking is such a big deal. So it's important that you understand that God let you be born in a body that is worth hundreds of millions. You are a valuable asset before we even get to your mind, your soul, your capacity to love, right? So it's important to understand that you are an asset, because that's the other belief that can really hold you back abundance wise, is if you believe you're a burden or you believe you're useless, right? You have to understand that you're capable, that you're an asset, that you are you uplift people around you. Okay, let's do a quick energy break. I'm going to send in the abundance angels. Somewhere Love is saying, "Hey Sky, are there any ancestral beliefs that are blocking me to have a prosperous life and to have wealth?" Lots of money questions today. Thank you so much for your help. Yes, is the simple response. Yes, there's like literally when I'm looking at your um your financial flow, you still have the belief that you're not allowed to want money, that it's shallow to care about money, that it's what's the word? It's like something that should come as the aside instead of as the reason for why you're doing something. There's also beliefs in that people that care about money are bad. So you can see how that attracts people that are bad, right? When you want to do work opportunities, but it also blocks you from being able to make plans to make money. Because if you're not allowed to work for money, then you're not going to plan anything that could bring you income, right? On an unconscious level, you'll sabotage it. So 100% there are beliefs there that need to be cleared around money. We have a great financial freedom masterclass that clears those beliefs for you. It's worth popping over to the website and having a look. Matt is saying, "Dear Sky, my cat had to be put down yesterday. Oh, darling, I'm sending in Archangel Azrael for you. Now I'm feeling super guilty and anxious. I should have gotten help for him sooner. It's my fault. Can you please help me with this crippling anxiety? Many thanks." I'm sending in Archangel Azrael to help you process the grief. My love, animals don't do well with being on lots of medical treatments and things like that. Even humans don't do well with it, to be honest. We do it because we're afraid of death, but animals have more sense. Um, if they don't want to be here anymore, they don't want to be here anymore. Your cat really, really loved you. That's the feeling that I'm getting. And like you gave her a really lovely life. So please don't beat yourself up. There's a real sense of gratitude from her or from him to you. It's like really strong. Um, don't Please don't beat yourself up. You know, even if trust me when I say this, because I know a lot of friends, not only who are, have animals or vets or things like that. Animals don't enjoy, pills and tablets and IVs and surgeries, and it's not fun for them. Um, they come and they stay for their allotted time and they move on when they're ready to move on. Just make your peace, write her or him a goodbye letter, have a funeral to process your grief. But you didn't do anything wrong. Getting help sooner wouldn't have changed the diagnosis. It wouldn't have made the life any longer. It would just have meant both of you lived, more under tender hooks. Okay, Norhan Shame is saying, "Hi Sky, my cat left the house. Can we send her love and security so she knows how to find her way back home?" Sure, we can send her love and security. I'll send in Archangel Ariel to help your cat feel safe. Summer Love is saying, "Can you please do a scan/clearing on my hormones? I'm very sleepy when I wake up and my period got shorter. Thank you for being such a blessing in our lives. Much love." Somewhere you need some cortisol regulating exercises, something like gentle yoga or some somatic exercises or some tai chi. But what you're talking, what when I'm scanning you, your cortisol levels are high. You need to get them back down so that your other hormones can start working. I'm going to call on Archangel Raphael to do an instant healing for you, but you need to follow through. Think supplements like maca, rhodelia, ladies mantle will really help as well, but you need to reduce the stress. Okay, you just need to reduce the stress. Okay, love sunshine is saying, hi Sky, can I ask about my new job? It's Is it going to be safe to stay in it? My direct colleagues whom I work with on global projects with was just made redundant. Am I okay to stay here? Thank you. Um, you only started the month before me. He's in Asia, but still we are on a one band man our department. Thank you. My love, like what I'm seeing is that it depends on the quality of your work. And from what the angels are showing me, you do good quality work. So it doesn't, trust me when I say this, that normally when you hire somebody, a lot of it is on obviously how they interview and what they've told you about their previous job. But there are laws in employment that stop bosses from giving honest references because it's seen as, unlike character assassination, but it means they can't tell you the truth about what happened with the previous employee. So a lot of people hire based on lies that they're told inside the interview, and they find out the real side of someone's work in the first month. That's why normally the contract contains a clause, right, that says 3 months probation, so you can actually see how the person fits into the team and how their work ethic actually is and how things actually work. So don't look at somebody being released as your job being in danger. Look at your performance, how you're actually handling your job. Are you doing it up to the highest standards? Because that's what I'm seeing at the moment. At the moment, I'm not seeing you being at risk. But what I'm seeing with the other person is there are things that you don't understand and that you will not see because a colleague won't show you all of their work, and they won't show you, all of the ways that they've spoken to other people, or the work politics scenario, how they fit into the work environment. So at this point, it's safe, but don't let your standards drop. Keep doing your job properly, and they'll hire somebody else because they need somebody else. They're just not going to take somebody that's not doing the job or that can't hold what they need them to hold. Okay, art community saying, Dear Sky, thank you so much for everything. Do the angels have a message for me today? Love. Okay, let me have a look. I'm really getting the message of enjoy yourself. Like really enjoy yourself. Don't feel guilty about having pleasure. Don't feel guilty about having rest. Don't feel guilty about not getting things done. There's a real message of enjoy this, like really enjoy it, breathe it in, let your body slow down. A lot of the times breathing exercises, the nervous system regulation exercises, they give you the chance to actually be happy. They give you the chance to actually enjoy your time off. If you're on holiday and your nervous system is like tense up to here, you don't really enjoy the pool, or you're worried the entire time, you're stressed, and then you go back to work just as exhausted as before you left. So taking like half an hour a day, maybe an hour a day, half an hour in the morning, half an hour before bed, to meditate or to do somatic exercises or to do breath work and really regulate your nervous system is a very important thing to do. Okay. Punima saying, Hi Sky, a friend and I have tried to start a passive income business many times, but every time we hit a roadblock and stop. Could I get a scan or a reading about what could be holding us back? I'm just seeing the words marketing in giant letters across from your angels, like you guys have a visibility block. Um, and they're also showing me the work hard thing. You do all the work behind the scenes, but you don't allow yourself to be supported by the visibility and the marketing, and then it blocks you off. Okay. So we're just going to call on the angels to help you clear your visibility issues. That's looking a bit better. Pretty missing. Super excited for your Healing Him masterclass. Yeah, I'm working on that right now. So for those of you listening, there's a Healing Him masterclass tomorrow, and there's Medical Intuitive Mastermind starting in October, and there'll be a few more masterclasses, clearing chronic pain. What's it called? Um, Clearing Cancer one. So there's a few more coming up. So keep your eyes open for joining us for the masterclasses. But tomorrow is a deep dive into healing the wounded masculine. For those of you that are interested, I will drop the link in the comments. So for those of you, since the number of scans for health and animals as well. For those of you interested in Medical Intuitive Mastermind, we just had 8 discovery calls booked in over the weekend, which is like people that want to talk about it. Please get in there early. These things is look, I don't really do sales. What I do is sit with you and figure out if this is the right fit, but also clear things that need to be cleared for you to be able to manifest it with ease. So they book up fast and they fill up fast. So if you want to talk to me about it, get in early, please. Don't wait till the last minute. Um, Last year we had a wait list. I did over 103 calls. Okay. Mitra's saying, Could I have a scan for my stomach, solar plexus, sexual organs, please? Is there still some negative energy stored from sexual abuse? I suffer from bloating. Thank you, love. Okay, let me have a look. It's your liver. It's your liver and it's anger and it's I would look at it as like if you want to heal it, looking at it as narcissistic abuse, don't just look at it as sexual abuse. So that you recognize the pattern in the people. And they're saying I do like they're showing me books on like coercive manipulation. So a lot of the times when people heal from abuse, they heal from the screaming, the hitting, the force stuff, but they don't heal from the coercive abuse. They don't heal from the puppet strings. They don't heal from the times that they had sex that they never wanted to have sex because they just knew their partner was going to give them a hard time about it. They don't heal from the moments that they didn't go and see their friend or they didn't go and see their parents because they knew their partner was going to get jealous or their partner was going to create an argument. They don't heal from the times where they let their partner exhaust them emotionally and then they didn't have energy because they were so drained for everything else. All of that stuff creates a lot of anger, which is what leads to the liver issues. So herbs to support your liver cleanses it will really help you. And probiotics and prebiotics, things like fermented vegetables like kimchi, pickles, the actual tablets of probiotics and prebiotics, kefir, for at least 3 to 6 months to really help heal the gut biome, but very much also nervous system. So it's been so strong today with the somatic exercises and the yoga and the tai chi and the meditation because your nervous system is a huge part of what creates your body. So your body gets 2 messages from 2 places on how to create itself, which makes sense because it's yin yang, masculine, feminine, right? So the masculine is the nervous system. It's like the electricity. It literally communicates via energy, like pure energy. It sends electrical impulses to your cells from your spine through your nervous system to tell them what to do, including make hormones, etc. And the feminine is the endocrine system, which tells your organs and your other endocrine system and glands and things what to do via your hormones, chemical messengers, right? And they work to create your body together. So when you're looking at healing your nervous system, if you're trying to heal your hormones without healing your nervous system, you're trying to heal your gut without healing your nervous system and your hormones, you'll be there a long time because your body is holistic. Okay, so focus on balancing your nervous system, which in turn will balance your hormones, which in turn will resolve the gut issues. Okay, Judith is saying, Dear Sky, I'm in coaching with an interesting man. His name is Marcus. I feel a deeper connection. Can I get more information about what is on our path and what is the deeper meaning? My love, this is called transference. So this happens a lot in therapy and in coaching, where we have sexual feelings or deeper feelings for people that we're receiving coaching from or healing from. And it's because they might be the first safe person that we've ever been able to be intimate with, because intimacy is not about sex. Intimacy is about trust. It's about communication, you know? So this is why transference is so common. And you are literally transferring your capacity to love onto him to work through these feelings. So bring it up with him in a coaching session. Let him know what's going on, right? Because it's important that he knows this is going on. It can interfere with your work. It can stop you from sharing things from your healing that you don't want him to know. So it's important that you discuss this, right? And that you navigate a way forward clearly. And it's a good sign in a way, because it's very common. But I wouldn't, until at least a year, maybe 2 years after, I wouldn't go there. It's really, really dangerous from a mental health perspective, because if the relationship doesn't work out, if the person is not, people are very different as therapists than they are as real live human beings. Okay, so whenever you have a therapist, they're there to hold space for you. They don't have needs, they don't really have wants. Same thing with coaches. It's all about you. It's them giving you their presence and helping you figure things out. In real life, they're another person that has real needs, and beyond the personality that they bring to therapy or coaching. So be aware that whilst you are revealing intimate details about yourself, there's an imbalance of power, right? Not only will they know more about you than you know about them, but that that can be it can feel like a big betrayal, when you actually get to know the real person and they're not the way you imagine them to be, which is the nature of transference. When we don't know, we imagine, and when we imagine, we fantasize, and that's what leads to projection and transference. Okay, so it's very, very common in therapy. Please tell the person that you're coaching, and tell somebody else that's safe, so that they know that's going on, in case your coach tries to take advantage of you. Hopefully they won't, heaven forbid, but it's very normal. It's called transference. Okay. Okay. Hi, Sky. It's all connected. Could you please? Oh, it's all connected is the name of the person. Hi, Sky. Could you please guide me on what my divine life purpose is? What are my spiritual gifts? And what can I use here and now? Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so they're showing me that you're very intuitive, you're very clairsentient. They're also showing me that you like systems, which is quite a rare combination. Um, there's a lot of things you'd be good at. You'd be good at therapy, you'd be good in a corporate environment. You're very good under pressure. But they're really showing that the most important thing for you right now is to make space. So meditation, psychic courses, like really making space to master your gift, because you're an honest person. And there's an energy of like not wanting to use it because it feels like a hobby, or it feels like something you don't really fully understand. So now is almost like a time of study and practice. Notice I'm saying practice, because I'm not sure if you've done a lot of courses and kind of hidden or kind of stayed on the sidelines instead of actually practicing. I've seen so many people sabotage their healing gifts that way, and also sabotage their careers that way. You and your unconscious mind are clever. That means if you don't feel confident helping somebody, and you are not going to suck somebody in if you don't feel like you can help them, because you will, like, the level of guilt you feel afterwards is astronomical. So make sure that when you're going to classes and things like that, you are participating, you are getting support, you are practicing, right? And you are getting feedback for the practice work that you're doing. The amount of people I see avoiding that is huge, and then they don't know why they're not progressing. But it's to be honest, it's a lack of courage, right? Because it's easier to stick to the theory than it is to do the practice. But look at it basics, right? And look at math, for example. The difference between mathematically knowing what you need to build a bridge and actually building a bridge are two very different things. The difference between knowing how to perform a healing and holding space for a suffering person, it requires completely different spiritual muscles. It requires stamina. It requires a lot of virtues, things that you can only get through the experience and through practice, okay, and through feedback. So please, please, please practice your clairsentience and your intuitive gifts. Could be through angel readings, could be through energy healings, could be through psychic school, but you need to get some proper training and actually practice. Christine Muller saying, "Hi, dear Sky, please can I get a message for my next step into a joyful life, healing and support for overcoming trauma and mental paralysis?" Thank you, Christine. Okay, let me have a look. So they're literally, your angel's like showing me a sacred geometric shape. I actually saw Metatron's cube, and then I heard the word, like they want you to say like a chant as you're walking. They want you to start saying the word joy, joy, joy. I allow, accept, and experience joy. Joy, joy, joy. I allow, accept, and experience joy. Because you're so focused on fixing the trauma, and that comes from the belief that there's something wrong with you. Okay? Everybody on this planet, everybody has trauma. So whilst it is an important part of the journey, if you put joy off until you're finished healing your trauma, you're never going to feel joy. Joy isn't something you earn by healing. Joy is something that you accept through God's grace. Okay, so start mantraing joy. Stop, every step you take, say the word joy. You'll feel it start to come back. It's actually going to be, they're actually, like people cry tears of joy. It's actually going to be emotional as it comes on through. But just allow that energy to move through you. Yeah, but don't try and earn joy. It's a waste of time. Joy is a gift, right, from God, and He's not withholding it. He's not going, "Oh, you have to heal your trauma before you can feel joy again." Just start affirming that you feel joy and that it comes back to you and that it returns to you. That all the joy that was taken from you is given back 1,000-fold, 1,000,000-fold. You know, it's a powerful thing to do. Mary saying, "Hi Sky, I want to ask about my hair fall and thinning hair. I try oiling and vitamins, but nothing helps. Please tell me what's causing it and how to cure. I also want to ask about my anxiety and sleeplessness. What's causing it? Please advise. Thank you." Okay, so let's break it down. Okay. Um, you're telling me that you're not sleeping and that you struggle with anxiety, which means your nervous system is dysregulated. A nervous system in fight, flight, freeze is in the red zone, right? Will not absorb nutrition from food, will not heal, repair, restore, renew the body. So the first thing to do is to start repairing the nervous system with rhodelia, with somatic exercises, with maybe working with medical intuitive technique to really get you to a place where you're experiencing peace, right? And the vitamins, obviously, I don't know what supplements you're taking. So, when you say I'm taking vitamins, that could mean anything, right? It could mean anything. I've got no idea what you're taking. And some of them are good, some of them are not good. So it's important to know what you're about, right? But ideally, you want plant-based organic vitamins so that you can absorb them properly in liquid form. What I would recommend is juicing. So I would recommend a green juice, 2 carrot juice, and 2 apple and carrot juice every day. And a lemon shot, or a lemon turmeric shot every day. Do like 5 juices a day for maybe a couple of months, and there's no way your body won't start reacting. But it's the fastest way of getting things into your body. The other option is vitamin IVs. But if your nervous system is damaged, then you won't be able to absorb your nutrition via your gut. So you have to calm down. You have to regulate your nervous system, and then the massaging, the hair oil, etc., will work. But nothing works unless you calm down, right? Everything is energy. So it doesn't matter what you do externally from a place of fear. Doesn't matter how pretty it looks. If I sit in the corner meditating, but inside I'm in terror, that won't bring peace to my home, right? The point of sitting there and getting into the position is to train my mind to let go of the fear and return to peace, to let go of the fear and return to love. So you can do anything from a place of fear, just like you can do anything from a place of love. You can wash dishes from a place of love. You can, clean a dirty floor from the place of love. It's the energy with which you're doing something. And the whole point of meditation and nervous system regulation and somatic exercises, etc., is to enable your nervous system to start emitting the frequency of healing, to start emitting the frequency of love. And when you heal the nervous system, it starts repairing, renewing, restoring the body, which is why often you feel tired. You feel, people often say they feel burnt out, and it's the opposite. Their body is now resting, their body is now restoring, their body is now repairing. You feel the exhaustion of all the days, sometimes years, that you were not allowed to switch off. Um, but that's a good sign. It means your body's actually resting, it's actually repairing, it's actually renewing, provided you're actually taking in juices and vitamins and supplements, etc., that are good. But a good solid green powder. I like the company Viridian. I like um, Wild Nutrition, but you want plant-based, whole foods, organic, and you have to check all three on the label. You want probiotics and prebiotics, um, and yeah, you want to be taking them, twice a day or 3 times a day. Kate Hodge is saying, hi, Sky. Oh, let's send you Archangel Raphael first, and then we'll move on. Hi, Sky. My husband and I have been looking to buy an investment property. Are we meant to buy my grandma's house? Any guidance is appreciated. Okay, I am getting a yes. So when I'm tuning in, I'm getting a strong yes. Um, I'm getting a strong yes. So I think it's going to help. I think it's more than about, yeah. So your angels are going, you're asking the wrong question. It's not about investment property. Your husband is also looking at this from the wrong angle. It says, like, they're literally, I'm hearing the words that it will be a good investment property, but I'm really hearing the words, this is about family. So there's a powerful ancestral healing that's going to come, that's going to help with the abundance as well if you go here. But this is about affirming that there is enough to help each other out and that it will be a win-win, as opposed to figuring out, like, this idea that always got to put number one first. There's something here about your husband being afraid, which makes sense, right? With providing, that's where men get the most triggered. I'm getting Archangel Michael coming in and wanting to help clear that. So we're going to let him do that. It's just trusting that it's going to be a win-win. So clearing the belief, like, that you're sacrificing something and switching it to win-win. Also understanding that, the poorest people in the world only have financial abundance. So you want to have financial abundance, but you want to have emotional abundance too, and you're worthy and deserving of that. Okay, energy break, sending you the house angels to help you with that. Hi, Skylar. I want to know my guidance from the angels. That's Hira. Anything I need to work on? Okay, angels, what's the message for Hira? I'm immediately seeing, like, self-pity. So they're saying, I'm literally hearing, like, gratitude, 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 gratitude. And then they're going, like, there's an energy of, like, shadow work around gratitude. Like, you're faking it, you're not dealing. So let me put it this way, the reason you can't feel gratitude is because of the level of resentment that you're carrying, the amount of regret that you have. And then when you try and show gratitude, it's not genuine, it's not, it feels fake, it feels superficial, right? And real gratitude to you at the moment actually feels like crying or feels like tears, because it feels like so long since you've had something to be grateful for. But you think about gratitude to manifest things to be grateful for, and you're in a drought of things to be grateful for because you're focusing on the things that you don't have. Remember, the mind it should be the servant, not the master. So the angels are not asking you to be fake. They're simply pointing out that you are creating what you're focusing on, and that you are focusing on the lack, right? And how much you're not receiving for people, and how little you have to be grateful for. So start to focus on the gratitude, start to focus on the good, and it will come. Okay, so good energy, clear. Teresa's saying, hi, what guidance do the angels have for me related to improving my health? Thank you so much for all that you do. You're welcome, beautiful. I'm immediately seeing like that you need to like there's meal prep, there's organization. I'm seeing like the juicer sitting in the corner unused. I'm seeing not taking the time to meal prep, and I'm seeing using food to numb instead of using food to bless and heal. So they're saying look at food preparation as a process of manifestation. Especially because if you think that that food is going to go in and become part of your cells, is going to become part of your body, you should be saying mantras over your big bowls of soup and roast vegetables and salads when you're making them. You should be making green juices and popping them on affirmation cards and sacred geometric shapes, and you should be making like time for that. There's an energy of like, I don't have the time to take care of myself. And the angels are like calling bullshit. You need to make time, you need to make it a priority. And it actually then shows your loved ones um, how to make themselves a priority and how to treat you as a priority. Okay, KDQ is saying, hi, can I have an angel reading on my love life? There's a person from my past I can't seem to get out of my mind, even when I try to cut cords. Maybe because he's being distant. Thank you. Yeah, it's to do with it's a trauma bond, and it's to do with a neglect wound. So what he's showing you is that you haven't healed your invisible child wound, right? And that's why it's creating chemistry and connection. And because his job as a soulmate was to show you that this is not sorted out. So soulmates come in for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, right? And if it's for a reason, it's to show you, right? To show you where you're still blocking love from entering. And like you said, he's still avoiding you, being distant. He's treating you like you're invisible. This is an invisible child wound. Who treated you like you weren't visible as a child? Were you still treating yourself like you're invisible as an adult? And then you'll be able to cut that cord and let it go. But whenever cords don't cut unless you work on the deeper issues. And cords, as particularly bigger ones, only attach and work when there's an exchange of energy going on. So whenever a cord won't cut, you have to ask yourself, what doors open, right? Is it low self-worth? Is it an archetype? Is it a wound? What doors open that's allowing this person to drain my energy or drain my power? Because that only happens when those doors are open. And all of us have open doors that we didn't realize that we had. But that's why it's important to have that conversation with our inner child, and with our inner archetype or aspects. And to know our own demons, because then we know the doors that are open, we know the doors they're using, we know how they get in, we know when they get in, and we can go around it. Okay, I'm going to do one more, guys. Okay, our community saying, my husband is financially abusing and not able to provide. Right now, we are in so much debt and I don't know how to pay for groceries. Normally, I would take care, but I choose me. Will he rise? Do I need to take care to be able to get out? Mercy. My love, yeah, it's not about the money, it's about the abuse. So there are consequences for you long term if you don't get out financially. It's important that you understand that. If you guys are married and he's in debt, then it's a shared debt. So if he's abusing financially, and whether that's overspending or not doing what he needs to do, the sooner that you move, the better, because and get your own accounts separate, because it can damage your credit rating for a very long time, stop you from having homes and things like that. So please don't underestimate the toxicity of financial abuse. Okay. Okay, sweet fairy, I'm going to give you a little bit of an angelic swish feather. Stop focusing on the guy from work. Okay, stop focusing on the guy from work, start focusing on your divine life purpose. And next time you see him, when he drops by, say hi. Okay, but stop focusing on the guy from work. It doesn't help. When you focus on the fact that somebody isn't there, guess what? It blocks them from showing up. So stop thinking about the guy from work and when you're gonna see him again. let it go, cut cords, clear, have a nice ritual bath, let it go, and he will show up, but then you actually have to make an effort and say hi, okay? Um, it's if somebody works with you, that's different because you have proximity. But if somebody's just coming through, you have to like let them know you're interested, ask them for a coffee, smile, make deeper conversation. Um, Otherwise, it's passing ships, and that's really important. But one thing I do know about manifestation is that a watched pot never boils. So if you're watching for when he's coming, it's a sign that you don't trust he's coming. Let go, right? Let go. Trust that the universe will work it round. Okay, let's do a quick closing prayer. O Great Spirit, Father Sky, Mother Earth, the winds, the waters, my Father, my Mother, Atanaha, all that is. We thank you for our lives and we thank you for these good, good people. We thank you for all that we are and all that we are to become. We dedicate our time spent together and our relationships with one another to you. We ask that our suffering be ended and that our lives be lifted to the love and to the peace that lay beyond. Aho, Amen, Namaste.